Hi viewers, I hope everybody seems to be very safe. Uh, Today we are going to have the session regarding the chapter named Vectors, which is the basis for the entire mechanics. The chapter is Vectors. How these physical quantities have been divided, and according to what we are going to learn in this session. Then Violet, this is Santosh Kumar. Welcome to my channel, Sims Academy. Actually, the physical quantities have been classified basically into two types. Number one, scalar quantities, and number two, vector quantities. What are scalar quantities? A physical quantity which has only magnitude but which do not possess any direction. Okay, first of all, what is a physical quantity? Any quantity which can be measured is called as a physical quantity. Any quantity which can be measured. That means you can ask me, sir, we have so many quantities which can be measured, which will be measured, but there are some quantities which we cannot measure, which are abstracts, basically which we can feel. For example, love, how much you love to your love your country, your mom, we cannot express it, right? We cannot measure it. How the pain, how much is the pain you are suffering, how much is the liking thing, yes, and all these abstracts, the feel of our what we can say that comes from the heart, we cannot measure them. Hence, they are not considered as the physical quantities. There are only few quantities which we cannot measure, and those quantities which can be measured are called as physical quantities, and those have been classified into two types. Okay, as I told you, number one are scalar quantities. The quantities which have only magnitude and do not possess direction are called as scalar quantities. How can we say? Let us take the example of time. Okay, it happened an hour. The time is 1 hour. 1 hour, does it possess any direction? To this direction it is 1 hour, to this direction it is 1 hour. We cannot say it. Yes, it comes under a scalar quantity. Similarly, mass. Mass is the quantity of substance, quantity of matter that is contained in a substance. We cannot say mass here in this direction it is 5 kg, in this direction it is 10 kg. It is the weight which possesses the direction but not mass. It is also a scalar quantity. Similarly, volume. Okay, this much amount of volume. It does not possess a specific direction. Similarly, the distance. Distance is nothing but the path that is followed by the given body. Whatever the path it may follow, it need not follow any specific direction. It is distance. Similarly, speed. Speed is defined again on distance. The distance travelled per second or distance travelled per unit time is called as speed. All this we can take examples for scalar quantities. Time, mass, distance, speed, volume, etc. These can be considered as scalar quantities. And what are vector quantities now? Vector quantities. Quantities which have both magnitude and direction are called as vector quantities. If I define only this one, it is absolutely wrong. If I define only if the quantities have both magnitude and direction, that definition it is not enough to define a vector quantity. These vector quantities should also satisfy the laws of vector algebra. What are the laws of these vector algebra? Number one, triangular law of vectors, and number two, parallelogram law of vectors. That means if the quantity has both magnitude and direction, and if it also follows the laws of vector algebra, namely the triangular law of vectors are equivalent parallelogram law of vectors, then only we can say the given physical quantity is a vector quantity. Why I am saying in the sense, there is a physical quantity which possesses both magnitude and direction, but it does not follow the laws of vector algebra. What is that physical quantity? That physical quantity is our electric current. In a circuit, this is the current I. It possesses specific direction in each and every case if we consider, yes, but finally it comes to the negative terminal of the cell or a battery where its magnitude becomes 0. Yes, hence it is not considered as a vector quantity. Okay, and what are the examples for vectors? Examples for vector quantities, we have displacement, the shortest distance between the initial and final positions of an object, the straight line, or the distance travelled by an object in a specified direction is called as displacement. Okay, and velocity, which is defined on displacement, acceleration, force, torque, and etc. And there are so many physical quantities we come across. Okay, and this is about the scalar quantities and vector quantities. And here we are going to do some numericals based on the vector quantities, which we are going to get in competitive examinations like EAMCET or mains or NEET, those who are preparing for medical entrance examinations also. Okay, then let us move on to that. Here, first of all, before going to solve the numericals, we need to know about the Cartesian coordinate axis. In case of vector algebra, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis, and this is the Cartesian coordinate axis, which we cannot draw in a plane, as those three are mutually perpendicular to one another. Yes, hence we draw z-axis in this direction. Okay, the unit vector in the sense a vector which possesses a unit magnitude. That means its magnitude is 1. And similarly, the unit vector which is along the x-axis is denoted by I cap. Along the y-axis is denoted by j cap, and along z-axis we denote it as k cap. These are the unit vectors. Suppose any vector is given. We are given a vector a bar equals to 3i plus 4j plus 5k. Here I am not mentioning the caps. If I mention or not also, it's okay. And how to calculate the unit vector along this a bar? First of all, what is a unit vector? Already I told you, a unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is 1. How to calculate the unit vector along this a bar? Okay, let us find the magnitude of this a bar. Suppose a vector is given, any vector x bar equals to ai plus bj plus ck, then magnitude of this x bar is given by under root of a square plus b square plus c square, where a comma b comma c are scalars. I mean numbers. What do you mean by magnitude? Magnitude is nothing but numerical value into unit. Suppose the mass of an object is 1 kg, numerical value here it is 1 kg and the unit is, numerical value is 1 and its unit is kg. It is called as a magnitude. Now, how to calculate the magnitude of the given vector? Here the vector given is a bar equals to 3i plus 4j plus 5k. Let us find a magnitude of this a bar, that is under root of 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. 3 square it is 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, it is root 50. Or 25 into 2, 5 root 2 units is the magnitude. Now, how to calculate the unit vector along a bar? Okay. Unit vector along a bar is a bar by magnitude of a bar. That is, what is a bar here? 3i plus 4j plus 5k. By its magnitude it is 5 root 2. If you want, you can write them individually. Three by 5 root 2 into I, 4 by 5 root 2 into j, plus 1 by root 2 into k. Now we are here with another problem. Check whether the vector I by root 2 plus j by root 2 is a unit vector or not. What is the vector? Let us suppose the given vector is a bar equals to I by root 2 plus j by root 2. Now we need to check whether it is a unit vector or not. Already I told you a unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is 1. Now let us find its magnitude. Modulus of a bar equals to under root of 1 by root 2 whole square plus 1 by root 2 whole square. The coefficients of I can write it as 1 by root 2 into I, 1 by root 2 into j. That is under root of 1 by root 2 whole square plus 1 by root 2 whole square. This is 1 square is 1, root 2 whole square is 2, that is half plus half, it becomes full, that is 1, square root of 1, it is plus or minus 1, but modulus is always positive, hence we got the answer as 1. Hence the given vector I by root 2 plus j by root 2, its magnitude is 1, indicates it is a vector. Which vector? It is a unit vector. Now we have come to the second question. Find the unit vector of 4i minus 3j plus k. As usual, we shall consider the given vector as A bar equals to 4i minus 3j plus k. How to find the unit vector for a given vector? Yes, unit vector along A bar is given by A bar by modulus of A bar. Hence, we need to find the magnitude of A bar initially. Its magnitude we get under root of 4 square plus minus 3 whole square plus coefficient of k, it is 1. 4 square, it is 16. 3 square, 9 plus 1. That is 16 plus 1, 17 plus 9. It is 17 plus 9, 26. Okay. Now, we are asked to find the unit vector of this one. A bar is A bar by modulus of A bar. 4i minus 3j plus k by under root of 26. If we want, we can write them separately. Minus 3 by 26 root 26 into j plus 1 by root 26 into k. Okay, now here we are with the third question, third numerical. We are given if I minus 3j plus 5k and I minus 3j minus ak are equal vectors, find the value of a. First of all, what are equal vectors? Vectors which have same magnitude and direction are called equal vectors. That means those two vectors can be equated directly. I minus 3j plus 5k equals to, here the coefficients of like terms are same, hence we get the value of 5 as minus a, or the a value of a is minus 5. Here we have with another numerical. If a bar equals to 4i plus 3j, b bar equals to 24i plus 7j, find the vector having same magnitude as b bar and parallel to a bar. Magnitude of b bar and parallel to a bar. That means along a bar. It should be, the resultant vector should be along a bar, and that magnitude of the resultant vector must be equal to b bar. Okay. Now, it should be along a bar in the sense a bar is given as 4i plus 3j. Let us find its magnitude. Under root of 4 square plus 3 square, 16 plus 9, it is root 25, which equals to 5. Now, vector along having same magnitude of a bar parallel to a bar. Vector, any vector parallel to a bar any unit vector, let us write like this, is a bar by modulus of a bar. What is a bar here? 4i plus 3j by magnitude of a bar. Okay. Now the question is, this is, now we got a vector which is along or parallel to a bar, and that vector should have the magnitude equals to b bar. Okay. Now, resultant vector is along a bar and magnitude of b bar. In the sense, let us find Modulus of B bar. How much is B bar given? It is 24I plus 7j. Under root of 24 square plus 7 square. How much is 24 square? 576. 7 square it is 49. 576 plus 49, 96, 15, 8, 4, 12, 5 plus 1, 6. It is root 625. It is 25. Now, what is the resultant vector? Resultant vector should be along A bar and its magnitude is equal to B bar. That means a unit vector along A bar and whose magnitude is B bar. The resultant vector along A bar, we got it as 4I plus 3j by 5 into B bar. Magnitude of B bar, it is 25. 5 ones, 5 fives, we can multiply. 5 fours, 20I plus 15j is the required resultant vector over here. Now, here we are with another question. The fifth one, the unit vector along I bar and j bar is. That means the given vector is A bar. It is I bar plus j bar and its magnitude, it is under root of, what is coefficient of I? 1. Coefficient of j? 1. 1 square? 1. 1 square? 1. Root of 1 plus 1, it is root 2. Now, unit vector along A bar is A bar by modulus of A bar. A bar, I bar plus j bar by modulus of A bar, that is root 2. I by root 2 plus j by root 2, or if we want we can write it as 1 by root 2 into I, 1 by root 2 into j. Okay guys, now here we are done with unit vectors today in this session, and the next thing we are going to learn about the vector addition and subtraction and also the triangular law and parallelogram of vectors. Okay, until then, this is Santosh from Sims Academy signing off. Bye.